Hello and welcome to EV Review Ireland. My name is Derek Riley. We are on the Wild Atlantic Way just outside Blacksod in County Mayo on the Mullet Peninsula. Stunning surroundings, and I couldn't think of a better place to show off the Mercedes-Benz EQS, specifically the 450 Plus, which is the entry-level version. We're going to have a walk around the outside, have a look on the inside, and then take it out for a drive. And also, as well as that, I'm going to do a coast to coast in Ireland. And potentially it's going to go coast again, so it's going to go across the country and back again with the one charge because it has such a large battery. So make sure if you haven't already subscribed to the channel. We're on a drive to 10,000 subscribers this year. If you're interested in all things EV and you want to support the channel, hit the subscribe button and the bell icon so you don't miss any future updates. It's a big car. It's an expensive car. The EQS 450 Plus starts in Ireland at 129,000 and a bit of change. This specific one today is 168,000 euros with all the extras on it that they have put on it. But let's look at the aesthetics, look at the efficiency, and look at this technology that's going to roll down the hill in other EQ models with Mercedes. This is always going to be the more expensive of all of the Mercedes-Benz. It's the electric S-Class in essence, even though it is going to be badged with the EQ side of things. Starting at the front, you're not going to be able to get into this car in the bonnet because there is no frunk, there is no access, and we'll talk about the only access on the other side. You've got digital light, is what Mercedes call them, LED matrix headlights. You've got some chrome, depending on the, so there's 4 different trims in Ireland, so depending on what trim you go for will dictate what it looks like down here. But so you've got some gloss black, you've got that dark grey colours in Ireland. You're going to be getting whites, blacks, greys, silvers, blues and reds. They're nothing too crazy. You've got this Mercedes-Benz, an extra here on the grille with the actual Mercedes-Benz 3-pointed star, some active aero in the inside. You've got that chrome bar all the way along the front, and you've got that light bar as well that joins them up. A large Mercedes-Benz logo with that 360 camera. Moving down along the side, you can get 20s, 21s and 22s. These are the AMG 21s. So on the outside of this car, they've gone with the AMG pack, and on the inside, they've gone with the electric trim pack. I said you couldn't open up the front, but the way you get your washer fluid in is via this port on the side here. Mercedes EQS branding just here at the A-pillar. You've got that chrome surround all the way. You've got a glass sunroof with twin sunroofs inside, and one of them opens with twin blinds. We'll talk about that once we get in the inside. Body colour, and you can get this two-tone. You've got some chrome, you've got some gloss black, pop-out handles which are beautiful, large wing mirrors. These ones are gloss black with the indicators and the 360 camera in underneath. You start to see the aero, and as much as it looks very aero, you can see where the glass on window door 1, it's frameless, nearly flows seamlessly. There's no line here to catch any air. So the drag coefficient on this car is 0.20, so it's one of the most aerodynamic cars on the market. Large back door with the pop-out handles as well, and you have that glass in just at the C-pillar as well. We'll start talking about the headlight, the taillights as we come along the side, but front, the vast majority of people like it. The side, some people don't like that kind of aero shape, but let's turn around to the rear. I think that's one of the nicest angles of this Mercedes-Benz EQS. Moving down along the back, you've got the charging port. Look how nice that opens. Standard is 11 kilowatt in AC, and you can spec it up to 22 kilowatt. Not sure if that's available in Ireland. And then DC, you can go up to 22 kilowatt peak charging. So it can take a lot of charge if you can find a charger that will take it. You've got these helix lights, the brake lights, absolutely stunning design. That small little spoiler at the back as well. This is a hatch. 610 litres with the seats up, 1700 litres with the seats down. Small little well in underneath there as well for your charging cables, and some cubby holes, some tie-off points, and you've got that privacy cover there as well. Take off if I don't put it down today. On that back then you've got that side to side or coast to coast light as well, and you open it up by that Mercedes badge. You've got your identifiers, you've got your chrome elements. It can tow if you want to tow with it, 750 kgs braked and unbraked. And roof box, you can if you want to put it on it. There is a 100 kg rating on that as well. Let's have a look on the inside. What's it like inside the Mercedes-Benz EQS? So as we talked about, the handles present themselves as you walk towards you. The window goes down a fairly substantial bit, and there are frameless doors, and on the door you have your central locking, you have your full seat adjustments. On this version you have seats that are heated and cooled and memory, and also have massage functions. You've got so there's two-tone colors here, cream leather and a kind of a grey suede, and there's lots of different colors. So with this bright interior, I'd say one of my viewers, Noel, will be very happy. But they've some nice open pore walnut with some brushed aluminium, and then that Napa or kind of suede with that cream. And the door pockets, fairly decent size for water bottles, and you can also open the boot from the door pocket as well. Illuminated Mercedes-Benz sill cover, rises up, nice and calm in here. Interestingly enough, it obviously knows what driver, wants to know what driver is driving it. So there's the Mercedes Me app where you can preheat and put in your routes and check the battery levels, etc., and what the range is like. A couple of different ways you can sign in as a user. There's a fingerprint reader here. You can use, it can pick you up via camera, and it can also work on voice. So with the fingerprint reader, it knows it's me. When I press the start button, steering wheel comes down, seat comes up to my position. Beautiful. This is the hyper screen, so it's side to side, full 3 screens that go all the way across. The driver in the driver cluster can be adjusted as to color, as to style, etc. Large steering wheel, 3-spoke, slightly different in the AMG version if you go for that. Some touch buttons on the steering wheel. On the left it's audio, phone, etc., etc. On the right it's the cruise control, speed limiter, etc. Behind that then is your, if you are a member, if you know the Mercedes electric vehicles and have a full range of them on the channel, it is that mode selector stock, that reverse neutral drive and push in for park. On the left hand side then it's indicators, lights and wipers, so it's all in that side. Above my right knee is the handbrake, and also whether your lights are automatic, etc. This steering wheel has reach and rake, electronically adjusted, etc. Good clear display. Hyper screen, it's hyper, so there's a lot going on. Good responsiveness, has wireless Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, but the menu is very similar then to a lot of the other EQ models. It's very, very familiar to me. And then you've got that secondary screen for the passenger, and that's signed in separately. If I'm signed in as the driver, I can sign in on that side as well. So it can be as a guest, or you can set up a user profile for it. Large tunnel, really, leather clad with that open pore walnut again, and it slides up. You've got your 2 drinks holders, your NFC, your wireless charging pad for your phone, and 2 USB Type-Cs. Your smaller control panel down here with your start-stop button, your hazards, your car parking cameras, your EQ, your car settings, and then dynamic mode. Do you want it eco? Do you want it comfort? Do you want it sport? Or do you want it individual? Which is great. Your fingerprint reader on and off, and then with regards to audio, and then mute button. Nice little button here for your butterfly, and then again 2 USB Type-Cs. Seats are stunning. In underneath then you've got like a somewhere to hold a phone or tablet, etc. There's a kind of a rubber band that goes across on that. Glove box, it's like a letterbox in essence, that goes all the way across. Head-up display on this, and we'll talk about that when we're out for a drive. Frameless mirror. Head unit has the controls for the blinds, which you can activate them via voice, and it has a tilting and opening front portion to that sunroof. You have the most comfortable pillows on the headrests. Absolutely stunning. Really, really nice. Amazing sound system as well. Yeah. This seat is set for me. I'm 6'2", 187, 188 centimeters. Let's have a seat in the back and see if I fit. I think I will. In the back here, that seat is set for me, but it's actually come back a bit further so that I could get out comfortably as well. So you're talking 3 or 4 centimeters in the between my knees. I can put my feet in underneath. Small bit of a transmission tunnel. There is a magazine holder here as well. Air vent up in the B-pillar and also in the behind the center console. And each of the 4 seats have their own climate control, which is great to see. But on a car of this spec and price, you would expect it. You have 2 USB Type-Cs as well. And you've got more vents, as I mentioned there. The second sunroof has its own blind as well. It doesn't open though. You can spec this with the high-end screens in the back, with TV screens in the back, and you've got these beautiful headrests in the back, speakers built in all around the place on the doors, etc., etc. 2 Isofix in the back, and you also, these seats are heated and you can control them via the door. Armrest here, and then one push it is the phone holder, and then second push will get you your cup holders. Would you fit 3 in the back? Not really comfortably. 2 in the back, or smaller kids, etc. Yeah, no problem, but 2 adults for sure. We'll take it out for a drive. Out on the road with the Mercedes-Benz EQS. In Ireland, we're going to get 4 different types. This is the 450 Plus, which is the entry-level version. That start off at 129,000, just underneath 130,000 euros. Then next step up then will be the 450 4MATIC, 4-wheel drive, because this is a rear-wheel drive, or all-wheel drive, apologies, they call it. Then there's the 500 for EQS 500 4MATIC, again all-wheel drive, and then there is the AMG 53 EQS 4MATIC Plus. So as you go up in numbers and trim levels and spec, etc., you're going to have more power, number 1, but number 2, you're going to get less range. So if you're an EV driver that wants more range, this entry level at 129,000, nearly 130,000 euros is the best one to go for. WLTP on standard level is 761. This one has been spec'd at 717, and I presume they're taking into account the 21-inch alloys that are on at the AMG. What I'm getting at 99%, I was getting around about the 670 with another 25 or 30 if you started knocking down climate control and restricting interior cabin comfort and throttle responsiveness, etc. So there's a couple of different levels with regards to how dynamic you want it. There's eco, comfort, and comfort sport. So depending on what way you want to go, will dictate the range, number 1, but also the ride comfort. All comes with air suspension. This one has the head-up display. It obviously has the hyper screen that you can see. All the bells and whistles with regards to driver assist, autonomous parking, adaptive cruise control, lane keep. It's phenomenal. Also has the air-conditioned seats. So there's a lot of extras on this. This car, as it stands, is 168,000 euros. The alloy wheels, the hyper screen, the premium plus pack, and you'll get like your sunroof for that. You'll get your LED laser headlights, LED matrix headlights. I think they call it laser. So yeah, there's a lot of driver assists, but there's also a lot of comfort. It's a stunning drive. It's the most luxurious electric vehicle that I've ever driven. But you can see where elements of this will start to creep down through the Mercedes EQ range and potentially into the regular combustion engine range, but this is their halo car. This is the top of the top. It's absolutely gorgeous. Some people don't like the styling on the outside, some people don't like the front, some people don't like the slippery smoothness of it because it has that drag coefficient of 0.20. One of the best in the industry. Tesla Model S is 0.208. The General Motors EV1 was in around that as well, or was it below the sub 2 mark? There is no better cruiser for a day like today around the west of Ireland Roads sometimes can be a bit small, but absolutely stunning. The car itself with that suspension system picks up on undulations in the road, etc., and starts to mellow stuff out. So yeah, it's a witchcraft. It's not super wallowy. So the 450 Plus comes with a 245 kilowatt motor, giving you 333, not easy for an Irish person to say, horsepower, and 565 newton meters of torque. 0 to 100 in 6.2 seconds. Hopefully you've enjoyed today's review of the Mercedes-Benz EQS. I'm going to do a range test with one of my coast to coasts. It's a playlist on the channel, and I think this might do coast to coast again. I think it might get across the country and back in one charge, with that large charge in it. Make sure you like the channel, like the video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. We're on a drive to 10,000 subscribers before the end of the year. Leave a comment and let me know, if you had the money, would you be buying it? If you have the money, will you be buying it? What else would you be going for? And remember, if you think an EV is for you, leave it to me and I'll review. Thank you very much for watching.